Welcome back, everybody. It's time for some more serenity strategies from this hidden corner of central France. This was filmed 3 weeks ago before the intense, scorching heat that we now have here in central France. Today, I'm going to take you on a tour of the herb garden. I have a pot of herbs within inches of the front door. The whole of the terrace is a herb garden. From early summer, it's filled with the scent of wild honeysuckle. You've just seen me cutting it. This is about breaking the busyness and pausing. The garden's based on a very traditional herb design. This is my interpretation of a herb garden. Here in this part of the garden, the planting is a little more formal, in a traditional herb garden style. A square with 4 beds or parterre in French, a central area with a table and a chair to sit, think and have a cup of tea. Each boundary has a feature. There's a fountain, a solar fountain in a barrel, trellis with a wooden bench. And I'm going to show you the rose on this trellis because it's such a delight. This one here hasn't really flowered much in the past. Hit by black spot quite early in the season. I treated it with neem oil, and the very wet weather seems to have helped the roses this year. And look at this one here. It's dark pink and then a different colour. I've lost the monarda and I've lost the catmint in this bed. There's absolutely no trace of them. But the roses and the plant growing next to them, some of you will know what it is, climbs very rapidly and then dies back in the winter. In fact, it's the most rapid climber I can find. That's the wrong side. There we are, you should see it in a few moments. There is a hop growing over the trellis. Grandma used to make beer. Perhaps one day I'll use the hops to brew, but this year I just take delight in the huge bright green leaves. And there you see fennel. There's a story behind that too. I wanted something that would give height to this part of the garden and merge with the roses. Something that was fairly frugal to buy. And fennel just occurred to me. I'd seen it growing wild on a beach in Turkey and saw how tall and how it could deal with drought conditions. The rose that you can see here is Prieuré and I've tried to grow that in every house I've lived in, and this is the first year I've had success. I keep trying because it's a thornless rose. There it is mingling with the catmint. The fennel has been a huge success, giving height, and it grows and it comes back the next year. I like the fronds, it's very to walk past. Standing here, there's a breeze blowing and I can smell the fragrance of the roses. It's an absolute delight. Here, is a rose I bought from a bargain bucket at the local garden centre. It had a label saying David Austin, and I'll always give a David Austin rose a home in my garden. I've no idea what it's called, but it is beautiful. I can't quite work out the colour either. It's not yellow, it's not really orange, it's not gold. So, any ideas? There's a rose in the middle of each of the herb beds. It's not strictly traditional, but I see roses as herbs. If you look carefully at the back of that bed, you'll see valerian, white valerian, which is self-seeded. And there's a bay tree, which was about 10 inches tall when I put it in 4 years ago. I don't move it, it's quite happy there, and it gives that little bit of height to the garden, so why not? Each bed has lavender, wormwood, thyme, fragrant pinks, and a range of tisane and medicinal herbs. I like catmint, which lasts all summer, to spill into the centre. And the peony is still beautiful. Nigel's put stakes in it this week to give it some support. Here's one of the sadnesses of last summer. I lost my wall germander, a difficult herb to source in France. It just suddenly died back. I no idea why, but it's coming back. I like it because it's one of the evergreen herbs. Here's the little mindfulness garden that I built, something to contrast and be totally green. You'll see the urn with the white lavender in it, a fountain, and a herb table, which is something that Nigel built and which I planted with small growing thyme. I thought today we'd look at seasonal serenity strategies, reflections based on the herb garden and the film that you've just watched. Sometimes on busy days, it's as though we're wearing blinkers. We just look straight ahead. So remember to pause, look around, and take that slow, steady breath, and take those blinkers off. When you walk past a herb, stop and pick a leaf, rub it between your fingers, and inhale the scent, and let that fragrance be your sensory pause, that seasonal moment. Honeysuckle for me is tough, strong and resilient. It grows wild in the garden at Champ de la Grange. Choose a plant like a cactus or honeysuckle, which means strength and resilience to you, and then use it as a mental image on a busy, difficult day. It's an anchor. For me, lemon balm or melissa is soothing and calming in a tisane. It also, it seems, is a very strong mosquito repellent. So imagine this green plant as armour, sensory armour between you and any stressful events in the day. A few weeks ago, there was no sign of these 3 plants, catmint, rose and peony. And then suddenly, look at them now. It's all happened so quickly. And there are times when we want to hide away and then come back. So here are some flowers that bloom in the early summer and a sign of re-emergence and return to strength. For me, some of the strongest mindful moments are watching water and listening to the sound, whether it's a small barrel pond or on the beach. Here's calm. Watch the moving water and make it your own mindful moment. There's a video of this at the end that you can watch if you choose to just watch the barrel pond over and over again. And believe me, some days I do that. Find a scene in nature which reminds you of a painting. Look carefully. Soften your gaze. Let the edges blur, like a Monet water lily painting. It gives you that clear, mindful moment. Strategy 7 is probably the most important of the strategies. Take tea and pause. Pour, sit and sip, whether it's Earl Grey, mint, lemon balm, or very strong Yorkshire tea from my home county. You could use the tour around the garden as a practice. Watch the video again, pause, stop, and try out some of the strategies. In a few minutes, we'll visit a famous garden in central France, Prieuré of Notre-Dame. While we're watching it, practice your Serenity Strategy toolkit. Pause the film, notice the colour, think about the shape of the plants, close your eyes and imagine the scent or texture of one flower or herb. Each time you do that, you're creating your own library, your own toolkit of serenity. So here we are at the Priory of Notre-Dame in central France, France profonde, as the gardener Montidon described the placement of this garden in the Prieuré. Use your strategies, watch the video. Some of you will have a beautiful garden, park or window box that you can use to practice your strategies, but it's always good to have something that you can escape to and look at. And over the summer, I'm sharing with you the place where I probably relax the most. some information and events linked to the channel: Serenity Group, the Seasonal Serenity Programme of workshops. Details in the description beneath the video or on the website. Let's all look for a calmer way, everyday strategies for that serene